Hello Pushkarni, hello Ritika. So
Hello, ma'am.
we are on page 61, week 14, and this is session 1. So how are you all doing? Let's start. Who's going to take the lead today? Reading. Practical techniques in mental healings. Okay, I'll read. An engineer has a technique and a process for building a bridge or an engine. Like the engineer, your mind also has a technique for governing, controlling, and directing your life. You must realize that methods and techniques are primary. In building the Golden Gate Bridge, the chief engineer understood mathematical principles, stresses, and strains. Secondly, he had a picture of the ideal bridge across the bay. The third step was his application of tried and proven methods by which the principles were implemented until the bridge took form and we drive on it. There also are techniques and methods by which your prayers are answered. If your prayer is answered, there is a way in which it is answered, and this is the scientific way. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens by chance. This is a world of law and order. In this chapter, you will find practical techniques for the unfolding and nurture of your spiritual life. Your prayers must not remain up in the air like a balloon. They must go somewhere and accomplish something in your life. When we come to analyze prayer, we discover there are many different approaches and methods. We will not consider in this book the formal, ritual prayers used in the religious services. These have important place in the group worship. We are immediately concerned with the method of the personal prayer as it is applied in our daily life and it is as it is used to help others. I think it is exactly we are going in the same direction as we were talking before. Prayer is the formulation of an idea concerning something we wish to accomplish. Prayer is the soul's sincere desire. Your desire is your prayer. It comes out of your deepest needs and it reveals the things you want in life. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. That is a real prayer. Life's hunger and a thirst for peace, harmony, health, joy, and all other blessings for life. Such a beautiful paragraph. So it is saying nothing happens for by chance. So and all our prayers should actually reach, it should not remain like a just like a story, or it is like a belief, that nothing if nothing is happening by chance, then why should we give a chance to an opposition thought that kuch cheez nahi hogi or something will not recover, right? So we just have to build that confidence in us that whatever I'm telling myself as a prayer, it will always be answered. Maybe not immediately, maybe there's still space and time, but over the period, it is actually reaching the place which we want to see. Okay? Anything? Anybody wants to say something? Okay, let's go ahead. Then the passing over technique for impregnating the subconscious. This consists essentially in inducing the subconscious mind to take over your request as handed it by the conscious mind. This passing over is best accomplished in the reverie last like state. Know that in your deeper mind are infinite intelligence and infinite power. Just calmly think over what you want. See it coming into full of fruition from this moment forward. Be like the little girl who had a very bad cough and a sore throat. She declared firmly and repeatedly, "It is passing away now. It is passing away now." It passed away in about an hour. Use this technique with complete simplicity and naive. So, this is something very, very interesting. I think we have read this, isn't that? Even I think, Pushkarni, that we are repeating this chapter.
I think yes, ma'am. I
है ना?
think last time I
Yes. I think we missed on the chapter. Give me a minute. we are supposed to start the new chapter, but we started the new chapter, but I think by mistake we started a wrong chapter, which we have already read.
Yeah, we are supposed to start the next chapter. The
Which is
tendency of the subconscious is life word.
Okay. Which page is that? Okay, page number 77. See, I remember with this, the passing, the girl with a bad cough and sore throat. I think me and Divishri had a good word on this. Remember? Okay. So we'll start with the chapter 7. The tendency of the subconscious is lifeward. Over 90% of our mental life is subconscious. So men and women who fail to make use of this marvelous power lie within very narrow limits. Your subconscious processes are always lifeward and constructive. Your subconscious is the builder of your body and maintains all its vital functions. It is on job 24 hours a day and never sleeps. It is always trying to help and preserve you from harm. Your subconscious mind is in touch with the infinite life and boundless wisdom, and its impulses and ideas are always lifeward. The great aspirations, inspirations, and the visions of a grander and a nobler life spring from the subconscious. Your profoundest convictions are those you cannot argue about rationally because they do not come from the conscious mind, they come from the subconscious mind. See, your profoundest convictions are those you cannot argue but rationally because they do not come from your conscious mind, they come from your subconscious mind. Your subconscious speaks to you in intuitions, impulses, hunches, intimations, urges, and ideas, and it is always telling you to rise, transcend, grow, advance, adventure, and move forward to greater heights. The urge to love, to save the lives of others, comes from the depths of your subconscious. For example, during the great San Francisco earthquake and fire of the April 18th, 1906, invalids and cripples who had been confined to bed for long periods of time, rose up and performed some of the most amazing feats of bravery and endurance. The intense desire welled up within them to save others at all costs, and their subconscious responded accordingly. So great artists, musicians, poets, speakers, and writers tune in with their subconscious powers and become animated and inspired. For example, Robert Louis Stevenson, before he went to sleep, used to charge his subconscious with the task of evolving stories for him while he slept. He was accustomed to ask his subconscious to give him a good, marketable thriller when his bank account was low. Stevenson said the intelligence of his deeper mind gave him the story piece by piece, like a serial. This shows how your subconscious will speak loftily and wise saying through you, which your conscious mind knows nothing about. Mark Twain confided to the world on many occasions that he never worked in his life. All his humor and all his great writings were due to the fact that he tapped into the inexhaustible reservoir of his subconscious mind. So this is something very, very interesting. And where he says, I was listening to one of the audios of this A.R. Rahman. He was that is telling us the same story that how he became the greatest. He wanted to take the Indian music to worldwide. So he used to sit at nights to work on his music, and he always used to work in night. He never used to work in day. So there he was telling, that I used to sit, but behind that, bringing from the low level, from where people don't know the music, to a level where he has pointed he pointed the ways, the what is missing in the music, how we can take it to the international level. So these are the this is again he was saying that when when we train our mind to achieve something, it actually builds that goal and intentionally takes us forward. Right? So that is how things start working for us. So here also he's saying na, like he was accustomed to ask his subconscious to give him a good marketable thriller when his bank account was low. And we all imagine like this, we only think that something has been a loss, so we accept it, so we accept it, and we keep on sulking for that. Ki, "Ye ho gaya, this has happened bad." But now what he's saying is he was accustomed to ask his subconscious to give him a good marketable thriller. Means you don't have to ask anybody except your own self. And it is like sitting in meditation and asking questions that how is this going to happen and how am I going to resolve? So this is again the marketable thriller when his bank account was low. Stevenson said that the intelligence of his deeper mind gave him the story piece by piece like a serial. This shows how your subconscious will speak loftily and wise saying through you, which your conscious mind knows nothing about. Actually, the conscious mind cannot, because see, in our five senses, what we do is we have just seen, taken a some scene, and we have uh, actually we have accepted it. It's like a heterogeneous suggestion. We have accepted that. But ultimately, whether it is happening or it is not happening, it all depends on us, how we take it. So, if a deeper mind says, this is actually a practice of silencing the conscious mind and sitting with the subconscious and understanding what is going within me. And if I have all the intelligence, then where is that intelligence? Then I start questioning myself on a deeper level. How this is going to, sort out what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? So I think this is making us more and more mindful, right? Anybody? Pushkani, anything you want to say? Okay. So Divishri, do you have will you read for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
How the body portrays the working of the mind. The interaction of your conscious and subconscious mind requires a similar interaction between the corresponding system of nerves. The cerebrospinal system is the organ of conscious mind, and the sympathetic system is the organ of the subconscious mind. The cerebrospinal system is the channel through which you receive conscious perception by means of your five physical senses and exercise control over the movement of your body. This system has its nerves in the brain, and it is the channel of your volitional and conscious mental action. The sympathetic system, sometimes referred to as the involuntary nervous system, has its center in a ganglionic mass at the back of the stomach known as the solar plexus, and is sometimes spoken of as the abdominal brain. It is the channel of that mental action which unconsciously supports the vital functions of the body. The two systems may work separately or synchronously. Judge Thomas Troward says the vagus nervous passes out of the cerebral region as a portion of the voluntary system, and through it we control the vocal organs. Then it passes onward to the throat, sending out branches to the heart and lungs. Finally, passing through the diaphragm, it loses the outer coating, which distinguishes the nerves of the voluntary system and becomes identified with those of sympathetic system, so forming a connecting link between the two and making the man physically a single entity. Similarly, different areas of the brain indicate their connection with the objective and subjective activities of the mind, respectively. And speaking in a general way, One second. And speaking in a general way, we may assign the frontal portion of the brain to the former and the posterior portion of the latter, while the intermediate portion portrays of the character of the both. A rather simple way of looking. One second. A rather simple way of looking at the mental and physical interaction is to realize that your conscious mind grabs an idea which induces a corresponding vibration in your voluntary system of nerves. This in turn causes a similar current to be generated in your involuntary system of nerves, thus handling the idea over to the subconscious mind, which is the creative medium. This is how your thoughts become things. Every thought entertained by your conscious mind and accepted as true is sent by your brain to your solar plexus, the brain of your subconscious mind, to be made into your flesh and to be brought forth into your world as a reality.
See, such a powerful line. Every thought entertained by your conscious mind and accepted as true is sent by your brain to your solar plexus. So what we are talking about is like whatever scene we have perceived, that is the conscious mind which is telling me this is right or wrong. So if whatever I have accepted, where did that come from? Where did that acceptance come from? From a previous experience. Where was that previous experience stored? In the subconscious mind. The response is already there. Suppose I have a very bad impression with somebody. The moment I see that person, my nervous system will start telling me and will telling me I don't want to talk. Either I'll ignore or I'll just move on. I'll make sure that my body language will say I don't want to talk to you. This is the conscious and the subconscious working together, because I had a very previous impression was not good. So in that same moment my body will start telling me that move from here, ignore, right? Or I'll just go, or I'll again have an argument. So this comes only not, this does not come every time with the fresh people. It comes with the known people of the known perceptions we are already carrying. So this is what he's saying, that the brain of your subconscious mind to be made into your flesh and to be brought forth into the world as reality. So whatever we have accepted, as a thought, that is only going to come forward as a reality. Are you getting my point? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Pushkarni, Amiti, Ritika, Parivati, I need
Yes,
all
yes, ma'am.
responses. Any,
Yes.
give me a situation, then maybe think of a situation where you want to resolve and let us understand how it goes by. Anything, any of you have a situation like where you think there is something to resolve and we can actually discuss it. So for this meeting will end in 10 minutes. Anybody has anything to say? Okay, continue, Divishri. Then we'll take it later.
Yeah,
Think
okay,
of the
ma'am.
situation. Think of anybody has a situation, think of it. Then it will become as an experiment, as a practical experiment. Yes, continue, please.
Yeah, okay. There is an intelligence which takes care of the body. When you study the cellular system and the structure of the organs such as eyes, ears, heart, liver, bladder, etc., you learn they consist of groups of cells which form a group of intelligence whereby they function together and are able to take orders and carry them out in deductive function at the suggestion of the mastermind. A careful study of the single-celled organism shows you what goes on in your complex body. Though the monocellular organism has no organs, it still gives evidence of mind action and reaction, performing the basic functions of the movement. Uh, alimentation, assimilation, and elimination. The tendency of subconscious is lifeward. Many say there is an intelligence which will take care of your body if you let it alone. That is true. But the difficulty is that the conscious mind always interferes with its five senses, evidence based on outer appearances, leading to the sway of a false beliefs, fears, and mere opinion. When fear, false beliefs, and negative patterns are made to register in your subconscious mind through psychological emotional conditioning, there is no other course open to the subconscious mind except to the act on blueprint specifications offered it. The subconscious mind works.
Wait. If you remember the incident I spoke about, my friend who was finding a doctor, a dentist. Remember? So that means that my friend he believed so much in that however I want the dentist, I will get it. So no matter how many doctors or how many dentists denied the fact that we can't do without going to the hospital, we can't do this test on you, still there was a belief that it can happen. So where did that belief came from? Again, from the subconscious mind. No, things are possible. Things are possible. And where did it, the acceptance, which we have read about the heterogeneous suggestions. That's whatever people are saying, we simply accept it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if we don't accept it and go make up our mind, that no, this is what I want and I will get it. Somehow I will get it. So we'll always land. But the issue is we don't go to the thinking of best point for ourselves in that moment. We give up so easily. This is what he's saying, we are swayed. Many say there is an intelligence which will take care of your body if you let it alone. Let it alone means we don't put on any pressure, we don't put on any thought, we don't accept anything. And we just think that, yes, I'm going to be fine. I am fine, in fact. So this is true, but the difficulty is that the conscious mind always interferes with its five sense evidence based on outer appearances, leading to the sway of false beliefs, fears, and mere opinion. When fear, false beliefs, and negative patterns are made to register in your subconscious mind through psychological emotional conditioning, there is no other course open to the subconscious mind except to act on the blueprint specifications offered it. So it is the same thing, if we leave that drama of that emotional and psychological conditioning, that because of this is not happening because of this. So that means it is a straightforward movement of what I want is already there. It already exists. It is only my belief system which stops me from accepting it. And then it says what you accept continuously will be manifested. In the previous page, it is written the same thing. Na? On page number 79, the second last paragraph. Every thought entertained by your conscious mind and accepted as true is sent to you by your brain to your solar plexus. Solar plexus is the area which is called where the biblical cord is connected with the child. So that is the area, the brain of your subconscious mind. That is also called the gut. When you have a gut feeling, I know this is going to happen. I know. So that is the gut feeling. That is your second brain. And when the two minds, combine. So when you're consciously telling yourself a new story, you will always feel how your body is responding. I had this very recent experience. I was posting something or I was writing something, and to accept that one single fact, my stomach started paining. I could not believe myself that the more I am telling myself a positive story, the more I am having, I literally felt like I'm going to have loose motions. Literally, I'm telling you. And I tried many things to get rid of that one pain, that yes, it is going to happen, it will happen, it is there, it is already there. My inner gut was not ready to exist. There was a lot of resistance, and that is what is the conscious mind telling you it is not possible. It's a conscious mind telling you hui nahi sakta. This is what I literally felt in my this navel area, that something is this is not right. So, but then again, this is the body reaction, this is the body telling you that how a gut works. And in the same way, you understand that when you say something is, with a very conviction that, yes, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. So even that comes in that same area. This is what he's talking about, the solar plexus, and how we accept it, how we accept the truth. So as we are talking about, more on the healing prospects, so let's not go back in the opposite direction. So let's talk about how to overcome these, how to overcome this mental, pressure, that there are no patterns. This is only a psychological and emotional conditioning of the body, which is stopping us from going ahead. Right? So this is, he's saying again, the five senses, many say there is an intelligence which will take care of your body if you let it alone. That is true, but the difficulty is that the conscious mind always interferes with its five sense evidence based on outer appearances, leading to the sway of false belief, fears, and mere opinion. And when fear, false beliefs, and negative patterns are made to register in your subconscious mind through psychological, emotional conditioning, there is no other course to open to the subconscious mind except to act on the blueprint specifications offered to it. Means that whatever we are going to tell continuously on the microcosmic level, that is going to create the reality. Because at the beginning of the chapter, we read there are no coincidences. Right? Anything? रितिका, आपको समझ में आ रहा है? रितिका, पूछना है कुछ?
नहीं मैम, कुछ नहीं पूछ।
समझ में आ रहा है आपको?
हाँ हाँ मैम।
Fine. Okay, so we can continue. Okay, we have another 2 minutes left. I think we'll wrap up this session and we'll join the new one. Okay?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.